What's the future of air gunning in Scotland? We're north of the border with the HFT Masters. Gas power, the Airgunner magazine editor talks through CO2 pistols. We've got Airstreaming, we've got Hotair airgun news. Welcome to Airheads. We have travelled north on the trail of the HFT Masters to see Scotland's biggest airgun competition.
Been great so far.
Until that shot.
Until that shot. My grandson's beating me. I hate him.
So just to say, you've all got your pegs and everything like that. Welcome to Cloybank. I think it's a great venue and everything like that. We'll put you over to Ray to do the safety and away you go.
I'm enjoying it, it's been really good. This is only my second shoot. My dad used to go hunting when he was young, and he thought all these years later to try and just get back into target shooting. So he joined Deckman along with my boyfriend as well. And then one of the days I had a day off and I had nothing to do, so I went along for just like a wee sort of something to do, and then I've just addicted ever since.
You're right, I'm going to miss it now and I've ended up crying. It's interesting. There's some targets out there, and you're like, what? Really? That's lovely. I love it. The ranges are really good. It's all there to be shot, but it's just the wind. It's just like a little flicky wind. So you think I'm going to take left edge, then you go right edge. And you go, no, and then you just get in the middle, and then you get it, or you don't. But they're great.
You've just got to watch which way the breeze is blowing when you're taking the shot. But yeah, helps make you think.
I started shooting when I was really little, and it just because we had a farm and just it was something to do, and I really liked it because I shot with my family, and then I beat my brother one day, so that just really got me into it. And I guess about a year ago I just said to my parents I want to get into a competitive kind of air rifle shooting, so they let me do that, and I got a gun and just started doing this. Well, last week I got my highest score, I got into 50s. Today I got a 52. Yes!
What did you get, Jeff?
52.
And your dad got?
49. The layout was really good. Some of it was challenging. I don't like positionals, and there were 6 Nilo standers, so that got quite tricky for me.
We're going to repaint all the targets, get session 2 underway, and just sort of go and help those guys. If there's any new people that sort of just want a bit of help and I don't know what I'm doing here, we go around and help them, obviously, because we want them to enjoy the day like we all do. Really good fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like I've been through the mill, mind. Yeah, it's a good day and what have you, but there's better shots than me, unfortunately. Not many, but there are better shots than me, and they're going to be 1 and 2 really, but 3 I'm not happy. I'm not unhappy with that, rather. I need a cup of tea so badly, it's unbelievable.
Such a strong airgun community up here, and especially now with airgun licensing coming in from the 1st of January 2017. This is the last hurrah for us, but it's really good to show people what we have up here in terms of airgunning and the community involved in it. So we're delighted to be part of that community, and today in the rain and it was a sunny morning, a wet afternoon, we have 106 competitors. Really good effort. Airgun licensing comes in on the 1st of January 2017. Many people haven't heard of it. So it's trying to get that message out to people and make them aware of the law in the first place. And the second thing is advising them what to do. And our advice to airgunners is keep your guns. If you have a firearm certificate or shotgun certificate, to get an air weapon certificate beyond your renewal date is only another £5.
Now, this airgun licensing thing, a lot of people, as you say, a lot of people don't know anything about it. Yeah, it is going to come to England, I'm sure, unfortunately, and that's going to really annoy a lot of people. But the law's a law. For next season, for instance, we're booked in the same time here for Cloybank, for next year. And we are looking forward to this immeasurably. Now, how many people will turn up? How many people will go and get a license? You know, how many people will just go, do you know what, I'll surrender my gun, I'm not going to bother, I'll take up something else. I've talked to 2 manufacturers and they have said that people, their sales up here have definitely gone down already.
There's a lot to take in. There's a very good question and answers bank on airweapon.scot. So if you stick into Google or your internet search bar, airweapon.scot, you'll get a good link there. If you go to the SACS Facebook page, lots of information, or if in doubt, just call the SACS number. Even if you're not a member, we will help you as best we can.
Watch an HFT video, see the fun you can have, and I tell you what, it's worth it. Go and get the license, get it sorted, and come up here next year and have a really good day. You'll get wet, very, but you know what, it's a laugh.
This is something we can do together, though, isn't it?
That's brilliant.
So really, really enjoying it. Just think it's brilliant. The first time I came, I was just like, so many can also be here, and blah blah blah. And everybody was so nice. I was actually buzzing at the end of it, absolutely buzzing. It was just brilliant.
We want a shoot that is shootable by all. And that really is the positions that we've used. And looking at everybody that's shot today, happy faces, jolly faces, good scores, you know, some tough scores because it was a tough course, but it was shootable by all. It's funny, really. It's some. I don't want to brag or anything like that.
Yeah, no, you do.
But you just. I think I've got an eye for it. I love doing it. And, you know, we just set off from an area and just wandered about and everything like that. And it was funny that as I walked, I knew right away that there was going to be a 35mm down there at 45 yards because it just, to me, it just jumped out and that's where it was going to be. And a little bit farther, and there was a couple of bushes, and underneath that bush there was going to be a 15mm. And on I walked and just continued until I got to the end, and I virtually knew where I was going to do, what I was going to put there, after about 2 hours of walking around the estate.
The funny thing is, you can get a sort of feel for a course and who set it. And they have these sort of telltale signs, like Ian's courses, for instance. Yeah, there's a lot of range traps, and you look at it, you go, "That's 45 yards." It's 45 yards, and you're just about to shoot it, and you go, "Hang on a second," and it's 35 yards. Now, some people use range traps, some people use the tunnel effect, which is good. A dead ground is always a nice one because you just had your rangefinder. That's very, very tricky. Ian's ones say, I mean, I really enjoy shooting an Ian course. I do, and it seems to sort of suit me as well because I've had some half decent scores on them. You go to another place and someone else has set a course and they put their unique sort of tag on it, as it were, and it's some of them are impossible. And very, very close in targets. You think, oh, that's easy, but it's not. It's really, really. I find that very difficult. It's quite a sort of intimidating thing to go to your first course and you're like, oh, I don't know anyone, don't know this, don't know that. But you know what? Everyone's welcome. We have a laugh with everyone, and if they don't know the range, I'm sure that someone will help them. I know I have a few times with the juniors when they go, oh, I don't know, and Dad's there obviously looking after them, saying, come on, you can do better than this, and then missing. You go, come on, 37 yards left edge, bang, the target goes down, great big smile, right, we're in the game, and they love it. It's just brilliant, and we want to encourage so many more people to come along. That's what we want.
Right, do you think airgun licensing is round the corner for all of us? Let us know in the comments below. Next up, someone else who's out on licence. It's David with Hotair.
This is Hotair. Scottish police are taking the weight off. The new airgun licensing system means they would have to make hundreds of thousands of home visits in order to meet their obligations to the licensing system. They have now said that existing FAC and shotgun certificate holders do not need an airgun licence until their next renewal. Staying in Scotland, and the airgun amnesty run by police nearly went with a bang last week. A pensioner came into Balfron police station not with an airgun but carrying an unexploded World War II bomb. it was swiftly transferred to farmland where engineers from the Explosive Ordnance Disposal examined it before declaring it safe. Concerned that some Scottish airgun owners are handing over what could be valuable bits of kit, one gun shop is offering them a better deal. Sean Twite of Borders Gun Room at St Boswell's is offering to resell the airguns. Team Air Arms has achieved good results in the latest round of the 2016 British Field Target Association Grand Prix Series. Held at Quarry Hunters, South Wales, Air Arms shooters took 7 out of the 10 top positions in the AA class, with Air Arms' youngest Field Target team member, Jack Harris, finishing in first place. Cyprus's Parliament is debating a bill which may see their hunting laws relaxed. The government may soon allow both falconry and hunting with airguns. They say that good things come in small packages. Well, here's a very neat small package for all your airgunning needs. New from Gammo is the Fox Combo Package, a full-powered air rifle PCP with a tactical stock and a fitted suppressor. It also comes with a scope and mounts along with a pump for easy refilling. And to make sure this package is wrapped up safe, you also get a padded bag. And all this for under £500. An underworld armourer has duped a reputable airgun shop owner into selling him blank firing pistols, which he then converted into live firing pistols. County House Airguns sold Andrew Bedford the blank firers after believing his story that he was an army firearms instructor. Andrew Bedford has been jailed for 6 years and 9 months at Newcastle Crown Court. And finally, here's a grey squirrel putting tooth fairies out of business. The Canadian man tied one end of a piece of floss to his daughter's tooth and the other to a piece of granola bar. It wasn't long before the squirrel grabbed the bar, ran off with it and pulled out the tooth. You are now up to date with Hotair, aiming for accuracy, targeting the truth.
Thank you, David. Now, it is with great pleasure we have the Airgunner editor Phill Price back on the show, and he's talking about CO2 pistols.
We've talked a lot in the past about pre-charged guns, about spring guns, but people ask me about CO2 guns. Why would you want one? Who do they best suit? So I thought if we showed you this is a very, very popular American-made pistol. It's a Crosman 2240. It's been around a very, very long time. It's quite a straightforward thing. It's a simple thing. It's a single shot, and it loads CO2 like this. It uses the standard 12-gram capsule. There's millions and millions of these things sold every day. It's just a very, very simple thing. Inside there is liquid CO2. At the end, the seal's actually quite thin, and when it goes into the gun, it actually pierces that, and then the liquid turns into gas. The gas is then held in a chamber inside the gun, and when you cock the hammer, you cock a little hammer spring in there. When you fire it, the hammer flies forward, pops the valve open just for a tiny fraction of time. The gas flows and pushes the pellet out for you. You need to make sure that's good and tight, and that should fire. To load the pellet, you simply drop it in there and close the bolts. They are quite simple things. They don't need a great deal of maintenance, and they're relatively inexpensive. This is about £85. Also, being simple, most gun shops can service them. They're not like a very expensive PCP that needs to go to an absolute specialist to work on them. In fact, I know people at our gun club who service their own, and you're not dealing with very, very high pressures like you do with a PCP. They're probably less than a quarter the kind of pressure that a PCP would work on. This one is ambidextrous, has a little cross bolt safety just here. So for a right-hander, you can actually take it off while you're on aim, which is kind of handy. The sights are quite simple. They are adjustable, but they're relatively simple, and it doesn't have a facility to mount a scope, although you can buy some little riser blocks that will put a scope on the top if you want to. Now people say, oh, they're ideal because they're quite powerful actually, they do about 5 foot-pounds. Ideal for a bit of a rat shooting job. Well, I'm going to disagree, and I'm going to say don't shoot anything with a pistol. Even at close range, relatively close range, you will always do better with a rifle. And even something that, I know people don't like rats, but for me, if you're going to kill them, you've got to kill them cleanly. So an accurately placed pellet is what's going to get you a clean kill. Lots and lots of CO2 guns these days are plinkers, BB guns, 6mm airsoft, that kind of thing. But you do get lead pellet firing ones like this, which are far, far more accurate and more powerful. So things like this make for basic target shooting, they're good fun, but actually as a plinker for whacking tin cans and that kind of stuff, spinning targets, all those things, that's where I think these things are really, really good fun. And yeah, this is substantially built, it's going to last. It's not like some of the very, very cheap sort of plasticky jobs. It's a serious piece of kit.
Thank you, Phil. I love my air pistol. Next up, let's see what the wider world of air gunning has been up to on YouTube. It is Airstreaming. Charlie Jacoby here, this is my roundup of the best air gunning on YouTube. Cy Pitaway is out with his souped up BSA Ultra XE. He's putting a few bunnies in the bag for the landowner. Matt Dubber is out after a monster in his native South Africa. The spur-winged goose is the largest species of goose in the world, weighing up to 10 kilograms. Andy's Range is hunting rabbits and pigeons with his Air Arms S400. The pigeons have been hammering the oilseed rape and corn. Corvid Hunter's City Tree is like an old friend. If you're a rook, he's armed and dangerous with a BSA R10. It's early morning and Mr. Dave Ratz is out after rabbits. He's walking and stalking, so you do see a variety of shots. The Southern Hunters from Utah are hunting doves and other birds with a Ruger impact around what looks like a film set. Similarly, Carl Smith is enjoying a couple of days of pest control in this video. His channel shows a mix of rabbits and corvids and how he hunts them. And finally, the simplest how to make an air gun I have yet seen. You just need a syringe and a few lolly sticks. Terribly Blue Peter. Links to watch the videos are in this film's description. If you would like to send in a video for Airstreaming, ping me the link, Charlie at Fieldsports Channel.tv. Well, that's it for this week. We're back in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.